Hey guys, it's John C. Morley here, serial entrepreneur, coming at you the day before 4th of July or Independence Day. Thanks so much for popping in to IFYL Inspirations for Your Life. If you are new, you are going to notice basically at the top right hand corner, you'll see a QR code. Use your phone and scan that QR code. It'll direct you over to my link tree with lots of great information for you and people you care about to improve your life and theirs as well. You'll notice I have a hat on. There's no mistake about that. Believe and achieve. Before you can do anything in life, you have to believe it, then you'll achieve it. If you're having trouble getting there or being able to scan on any one of my QR codes, just go to believemeachieve.com, get you to the same exact place. And every single week, we have a new master topic that starts on Saturday and actually goes into Friday. And for those of you that are coming back, well, welcome back, my friends, colleagues, and fellow associates. It's so wonderful to have you here and supporting me. Thank you so very much. And before we get into what the topic is, I want to thank you for all your support. And if you haven't already, why don't you go ahead and definitely love, support the channel. Really appreciate that. How about commenting below? Once I mention this topic, that topic is, how does discipline lead to success? Get in comment below. What does discipline mean to you? What does success mean to you? What does that whole thing mean to you? So definitely tag your friends, colleagues, and associates and share it out with everyone you know on social media. Now, when we think about discipline, some people might think it's a structure, which it is. It's a way of getting someone to change their behavior to a behavior that is more appropriate or more suitable or more on track with what you're trying to achieve. Now, when we think about disciplining success, all right, I'm going to give you a perfect example. I'm not going to use the names. So you guys know that I create lots of social media. I'm sure you guys know that. So I was traveling today and I made a reel about what's going on with all the pilots, and it got over 1,000 or more views. And interestingly enough, people like that. And so actually almost close to 2,000 views, if I'm not correct. And so, I think it's really interesting because a lot of people don't understand. And so I think the biggest thing is to understand what your purpose is. Okay. And so by understanding your purpose, um, it's going to, how can I say, it's going to change where something's going. Now you're going to get good people, you're going to get bad people. And so I think people out there have issues. They complain they're not getting paid and things like that. But I think when they always do this on a holiday, I think it's really bad. And so I think the best thing to say is that um, they're bad. And why do I say this to you? I say this to you because um, they are definitely a problem. And so when somebody wants to comment about something, okay, the comments are really truthful, right? But like when there's something going on, like with the pilot situation, you're always going to get people that are going to complain and say, gee, you're waiting to get paid. I get it. So why do you wait till the day before 4th of July or a holiday to make a big challenge out of it? Why do you do that? Because that's not what it should be. You should be making a big deal about it before it's a holiday. I get that you're having a problem or maybe you're not getting paid. I get all that. But why do you wait till actually today? I think that's probably the biggest thing that I have a problem with. Not the fact that you're trying to get paid. I don't have any problem with that whatsoever. I made another comment today, and that was about the fact that there were no snacks. And one person said, "Oh, poor baby." And I have a very strong philosophy. It's called love me. Like me, love me, or hate me, I'm going to move on becoming a better version of myself and helping others become better versions of themselves as well. If my content bothers you, don't follow it. I mean, that's really the message. I think a lot of people take this very seriously and they attack the person making the comment, but they don't realize the situation. And we're just trying to be, how can I say, transparent and making a decision to, not come into work on the day that you're supposed to fly a plane for a holiday. I have a little problem with that. I have a really big problem with that. I'm not saying that they shouldn't get paid. I think pilots should actually get paid, but I think it's how it's being handled. That's my challenge. So discipline, discipline, like what I was saying to you, is doing what you feel, regardless of what other people think. So right now, I'm going to keep making my comments, and there's always going to be one or two that are not going to like those comments. They're just not going to like them, and that's perfectly okay. I've said to you before, no one has the right to make you feel inferior about yourself except you. So why are you letting other people make you feel inferior? You shouldn't be feeling inferior. And when you get a post that goes out there and it has several thousand views, that means that it's resonating with people. It's resonating. And when it's resonating, I think that is really, really cool. It's cool because the option of what's going on is that I think it's really about understanding what's going on. Okay, and I think it's about understanding, what goes on. I think that's probably the biggest thing that I want to say to you. Because when you try to whenever you try to do something, you have to realize there are gonna be some people that don't like you. And it's because you got attention. And when I make a comment or I make a vlog, I do it because of a feeling, because of what's going on in my life. I don't do it to aggravate someone. I just do it to tell people the truth. And a lot of people can't handle the truth. And a good way of knowing that is when they're using 3 letter or 4 letter words to call you things inappropriately because you're getting so much traction and you got one person that's like pissed off. And when you really sit down to ask them, hey, what's going on? All they can do is come up with 3 and 4 letter words. And I think that's just disrespectful. So I want to make a clarity point here today with all the pilots, especially out in the United States and around the globe. I'm not saying that you should not get paid. What I'm saying is you don't wait until a major holiday to spring this upon thousands and thousands, millions of people that are traveling for their holiday to be with their friends and family. Because you could have said a week ago that you're not going to work, but no, you decided to be a coward and actually tell them you're not going to work the day of or the day before. See, that is what I think is just so wrong. And I call this entitlement. That's what I call it. Entitlement means that you have a right to say or do something just because. Now, it might not be ethical what you're doing, and a lot of people may not agree with you. But when you do something and it impacts a mass amount of people, and you waited to the last moment to spring that on someone, I think that's pretty below the belt. I think it's really low. And so discipline happens not just in our actions, but in our attitude. Because we all know, right? The thoughts become things. Our thoughts cause us to take inspired action. When we take this inspired action, that's when people start to either A, come on board with us, or B, call us all these names or go against us. It's because they can't handle the truth of what's going on. Like, let's take this pilot situation. So, for a while, maybe they're having an issue. So, why don't you say that you're going to stop working then? Why do you wait until the day of the holiday, the day before the holiday? If it was a problem back then why didn't you stop back then and make it a big deal? Why wasn't it such a big deal then to become a problem? Why are you waiting till now to make it a problem? Because you're hoping to play the extortion game? Because you think you can get more money just because it's a holiday? It's wrong. It's wrong, wrong, wrong. And my comment was maybe we need some other pilots in there that actually appreciate helping their customers and that want to fly and are humble. And yes, I do believe they all should be treated well. I'm not saying they shouldn't be treated well, but there's a way that you can handle a situation. I've said this once before, millions of times before, and I'll say it millions of times again, is that no one has the right to make you feel inferior about yourself, but also in that, when you make a premise to do something, right? It is so important to understand it's not if something's going to happen to you or when, but how you choose to respond to that that shapes your character, that builds your integrity, and that can basically expand your reputation or deplete it. Now, that choice is up to you. So, discipline is something that is not an easy thing for many people to swallow because, like, oh, I'll skip cake tomorrow, or I'll skip bread tomorrow. And if you do that, that's perfectly fine as long as you do that. For example, today I had bread, so tomorrow I'm not going to have it. But I know that I'm disciplined. A lot of people say they're going to be disciplined, but you know what? They're not. They just think that it's okay to keep making it tomorrow, 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 tomorrow. Tomorrow comes and they keep pushing it further out, and now they never achieve their goals. And they get pissed or mad at everybody else because they didn't do anything. So let's talk about the pilots for a second. What should have been done is they should have went to their union, went to whoever it is, United, Delta, whoever the airlines are, and said, look, this is the way we're being treated. Do what Apple did, right? Apple's workers actually did something very important. They went and they unionized, right? So there's a proper way to handle a situation so that everyone sees you respectfully. Even if you're asking for more money, I don't have a problem asking for more money. It's the way that they went about and did this. It has nothing to do with the fact that they want more money. If they deserve more money, then that's up to them to decide. But it's how they represent themselves, how they handle themselves, how they backlashed in some of my comments that we had to actually block because they're using profanity. And you see, that's somebody that has an attitude. We're lurking here in a live place and we get calls, and apologize for that. But, we are doing something that makes a difference. And when you can't make a difference, when you're trying to cause a problem, that tells me that you really don't want to do what's best for all concerned. You're just looking out for you. And of course, I do hope that all the pilots get what they deserve, but I also think they need to be very respectful of the people that they're around. Ladies and gentlemen, I am John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur. I want to wish you a very happy, healthy 4th of July for tomorrow, for those of you that are celebrating. And I'll be back, of course, sometime after the festivities to do another talk. But also be sure to catch John's Daily Day videos on BelieveMeAchieve.com. It's the very first top link. And tomorrow there's a lot of great ones, so definitely you want to catch that. There's lots of great information, and check out my other inspiration channels as well. Be sure to go to my YouTube channel, John Space E Space MORLEY Space Serial Entrepreneur, and look for that key phrase, help keep our content free. And then make the choice, ladies and gentlemen, be disciplined, right? Be disciplined to buy my team and I a cup of coffee, a slice of watermelon, or how about an ice cream cone? We'll be so grateful with those pennies and dollars. We'll invest into new hardware, new technology, new equipment, new software, new facilities, new staff to give you the most jaw-dropping, motivational content ever and keep you on your road to achieving more success every day. I hope you have a great, safe, happy, healthy 4th. And I will see you guys. Yes, I'm going to see you guys tomorrow evening when, of course, I come back with more great content. Yes, just for you. Take care, everyone.